with Mikey and Murph. Take it away, Murph.
Monday. Come see Mikey in his nitro burning funny car.
All right. So we open up not our inaugural season, but our inaugural season with vaccinated fans.
Let's go.
It sucks. I had to segregate our fans right there. Not with fans, with vaccinated fans. For a Monday night game on television. And I'm excited. I can't wait. I wish I could be there. Long story short, what are the matchups that you're looking forward to in this game? Just give me a couple of them. We'll move it along, but give me a couple of them.
Yeah, our defensive front four against Lamar Jackson. I think that's, what we're going to do to put pressure on him. No quarterback likes pressure. They all get happy feet. And even though you have somebody with the elite mobility of Lamar Jackson, if we start getting some pressure with, of course, the easiest two to point out are Yannick and Max coming off the edges. But I'm really excited to see what we do in the middle, to see what kind of push we can get from the interior of the defensive line, to see Gus Bradley's system in action, that four-man front. I think back to the Seattle days when we saw guys like Michael Bennett and, just get that so disruptive push up the middle of the field, which forces the quarterbacks out of the pocket. And again, even though Lamar is very capable and frankly elite out of the pocket, I just love to see that idea of let's get him out of rhythm early. And reason two, Mikey, is that how we play Lamar, while they are drastically different players in terms of mobility and athleticism and whatnot, that's how you got to beat Patrick Mahomes, right? The way that Tampa proved that in the Super Bowl. You beat him by getting pressure on him early, beat him up a little bit, knock him around a little bit, and get him off of his game. And and all quarterbacks are susceptible to that. But since we know we have to beat Mahomes that way, well, let's do that to Lamar Jackson too. Now, granted, Patrick is elusive out of the pocket. He'll get out and run a little bit, where Lamar Jackson is freaking elite, right? He's like a running back out there, or a kick returner or something, the way that he's able to move with the football. So so that part of their games are different, and then of course Patrick's got elite throwing ability that I think Lamar has been, at times fairly criticized about his throwing capabilities. So I also think I think Lamar Jackson is one of the most overhyped, overrated players in the NFL. I firmly believe that. I think that he's flashy. I think that he's a highlight reel, but I think he's Michael Vick 2.0. See me when you start winning a bunch of playoff games and you start, Again, that ability to make others around him better. That's such an important thing for the quarterback. I don't see Lamar Jackson doing that a ton, despite even his MVP year. And again, don't at me on that, or if you want to, fine, have at it. But I'm telling you, I really do think he's overrated. I mean, I don't think he's as special and as unique as what media will tell you that he is. So, anyways, that said, this offense is going to go the way of Lamar Jackson. They've got injuries that they're dealing with on that side of the ball as well. So the matchup I'm looking forward to is that front four. What are we going to do to be disruptive and to take that young man out of his game early?
I couldn't agree more. I mean, I want to go player versus player, but I'm not that technical and analytical, and I don't even know half the players on the Ravens roster. So I'm just going to be honest. I think we know what the Raiders offense is. We know what they're capable of, even against a perennial good defense in the Ravens. We know what Waller and Carr and they're capable of. We know that. We don't know what the rookie wide receivers are capable of on Monday Night Football against good quality talent this year. But yeah, all Raider fan is looking towards the defense and Gus Bradley's defense. And I think the matchup is Lamar Jackson. But I don't think, from my non-expert opinion, I'm not worried about Lamar Jackson and actually sacking him. I'm not worried about that. I want to disrupt Lamar Jackson's lanes. I want to force him to throw the ball and not run sideline to sideline and then break an open run against us. I actually think the matchup to watch is our defensive ends and how they can control the sidelines from Lamar Jackson and force him to hopefully run out of bounds or pass the ball instead of, a planned run play up the middle or a planned run play with Lamar Jackson. I really want him to throw. So I would hope the defensive line would focus in on stopping Lamar Jackson's runs and stopping him up the middle to where he has to kind of throw the ball or something like that very quickly. I'm not a very analytical person. I don't know all the right terms, but I would prefer Lamar Jackson being turned into a throwing quarterback. So however the defense has to control the line of scrimmage, whether they blitz him or they contain the outsides or they rush up the middle to make him throw quickly, I want him to be a thrower, and I think we can win that way. We're not going to win trying to get sacks like Arden Key does every dang year when the Raiders, he almost got a sack. He almost. I'd rather him tackle him or make a quarterback a thrower, because I think then our linebackers like KJ Wright and Kwiatkowski, I think they can handle that. Kwiatkowski. All right. Again, I'm not very technical. Any bold?
You don't need to be, Mikey. We're just fans. Let the tape studiers be the tape studiers. Let the analysts be the analysts. That's not what we do, man. We watch the games and we react with our emotion of being Raider fans. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Don't apologize.
I just hate the comments. Mikey Raider, you're stupid. You don't know nothing about football. You need to study.
F those people. There's plenty of places on the internet where you can go see wannabe analysts.
I'm insecure. I got some issues.
There's plenty of, look, there is no shortage of wannabe analysts on the internet. You can find them.
Any bold predictions for that game? Like, I don't know, like a breakout player, or this or that, whatever, an MVP, but any bold predictions?
Yes, I think that one of the members of our secondary is going to come away with multiple interceptions.
Multiple? That's more than one, people.
That's more than one. So
put it on the board.
Is that Merrick coming up with a couple? Is that, I don't know, Arnett? That's a talk about bold. Whatever. I think somebody in the secondary is going to come up with 2 picks or more, but multiple interception game.
My bold prediction is that Henry Ruggs will have a over 60-yard touchdown from Derek Carr in this game.
Love it.
And so will Hollywood Brown for the Ravens versus the Raiders defense. It's going to be the Ruggs versus Hollywood Brown show in this game. And MVP, then I'll go to you for MVP. I think the MVP of this game will be Henry Ruggs.
Nice.
Give me your MVP.
I'm going to go, since we're going bold, I'm going to go Jonathan Abram. I was thinking that. I'm going to say Abram comes up with a pick, but more importantly, you don't see Gus Bradley blitz a lot, but that was the whole reason that they got Merrick, was so they had a coverage safety to go along with the hard-hitting young man that wears number 24, and you watch him play up close to the line of scrimmage and go in there and blast Lamar Jackson and force a fumble. So I'm going to go with that. And I'm going to go with Jonathan Abram.
Jonathan Abram blitzed a bunch in this preseason. I saw that.
I think that's getting him ready for something, man. Don't you love seeing that? Like, I'm a sucker for numbers, man. And, Woodson wearing that 24 and, of course, the legendary Willie Brown and even Marshawn for a minute. But, like, that imagery of Woodson on a blitz wearing 20, like, it's just seeing Jonathan Abram do it, too. It just, like, it feels so Raidery, man. I love it.
You're right. Give me your final score prediction.
I'm terrible at these.
I know, but we got to do it.
I always whiff so bad, even though it's funny. And then when I try to be silly, then I actually get close. So I'm going to go Raiders 31, Ravens 24.
Wow, that's a lot of scoring against bad defenses, apparently.
Yes.
Yeah. God, I'm not going to be a Raider homer, guys. I try to stick to my guns, even though I always want them to win. I do not believe the Raiders win, which is unfortunate because it is the inaugural game with fans at home on Monday night, and I cannot believe I'm doing this You guys can yell at me. I'm not even going to read your comments, if there are any. But Raiders lose 21-17. They put in a valiant performance. But we're going to look forward to a good year after this performance. We're going to see a lot of good stuff from Henry Ruggs, Abram, Carr, whoever, the O-line. But unfortunately, I believe we lose 21-17.
Well, we shocked the world last year opening up on Monday Night Football, so let's do it again this year, Raiders.
Did you notice? That's why they put us on Monday Night Football to open the season again. It's not only the stadium with fans, it's because we had the best ratings of Monday Night Football last year than in the entirety of the history of Monday Night Football. Well, inflation. Inflation.
Right. But look, man, the Raiders, once upon a time, we were referred to as the kings of Monday night. Like, we built an entire legacy around winning on Monday Night Football. Like, so yeah, absolutely. The Raiders are a big deal on Monday, and they just look like